Do you struggle to practice self-care in a way that is healthy for you and doesn't add to your schedule? I know I'm personally really tired of seeing all this self-care advice online. Face masks and bubble baths and all of these different things that you're supposed to incorporate in your daily routine. It's like, I have enough going on. I don't need to journal by candlelight. Half the time I can't even justify the cost of a candle. It's just not realistic. So what is self-care? Self-care can be as extravagant as treating yourself to a vacation, and it can also be as generic as drinking water. So I'm going to tell you 5 ways that I practice self-care every single day that are super easy and not going to add to your schedule or stress you out even more, because that's not the point. So the first and probably the most important way that I practice self-care is I eat when I'm hungry. I don't always stop eating when I'm full, so we're just gonna leave that one. Sometimes we're gonna eat a little bit past the point of fullness, and I think that's okay. But I do eat every single time that I feel hungry, regardless of what I had in my previous meal. You may be thinking, how is this a form of self-care? Well, if you think about dieting or you think about hunger suppressant, appetite suppressants, what you're doing is you're telling your body that I don't want to listen to your needs because I care more about looking a certain way. There's also another form of food restriction that I see all the time with busy women, and it's I'm too busy to sit down and have a meal. I'm too busy taking care of everyone except for myself. So then I don't end up eating until like 7 o'clock at night, and I eat everything in the kitchen because that's the first time that I can relax all day. When I hear this from clients, the first thing that we do is work on their perception of self-care and why it is important to take care of yourselves. Eating when you are hungry is fundamental to taking care of yourself, because you will not be able to live your life or take care of others or keep up with all of your demands if you are not fed. You have to eat when you are hungry. You deserve to eat when you are hungry. This is a way that you can start practicing your self-care every single day. That might be the first step in you living a happier life. The second thing that I do to practice self-care, I try to move my body at least 3 to 4 times a week. Now, what do I mean by move my body? I don't necessarily mean go to the gym and have a super hard workout, or go to Pilates or go to yoga 3 to 4 times a week. I'm talking literal movement. Sometimes I do 10 minutes on the mat, just like stretching. Sometimes I do 4 full workouts in a week. Sometimes it's a combination of that. When working out becomes a chore, that's how you know that working out is no longer being used as your self-care mechanism, and it's actually becoming this thing that you feel like you need to do because of this perfect lifestyle you're supposed to have, or this health that you're supposed to be succeeding in, right? Movement should be about you. It should be about what your body needs. And my body, my emotions feel better when I move it. The third thing I do to practice self-care on a daily basis is trying to manage my anxious thoughts. When I feel myself getting anxiety, I like to journal about it. I like to check in with myself, maybe talk to a friend on the phone, something where I can sort of get out my anxieties in a healthy way and then release them so that I'm not holding on to them and obsessing over them. This is a little more vague, and I'm going to do more videos on how exactly to manage anxious thoughts. Please comment below if that's the video you want to see next, and I will definitely make that happen for you guys. The fourth way I practice self-care is by setting boundaries with my family and friends. What this means is I've figured out what I need in order to be happy, whether that is support from a friend. If I call you, I need you to call me back. I don't want my friends to comment on my body, and so I've made that very clear and I've set my boundary. And if I need to stay in at night and not go out, then I will tell them, hey, I need to stay in and I really, really need you to not call me and try to convince me to go out, because I will give in and I just need you to respect that. All these things are little ways that I practice self-care and setting boundaries on a daily basis, helping people understand, like, this is what I need right in this moment, and I know you can't read my mind, and I know you're not even necessarily thinking about what I might need, and so it is my responsibility to vocalize my needs and make sure they're being met. If you set your boundaries and your needs are not being listened to or met, or you need to ask multiple times and they're still not being respected, then that's a sign that you need to maybe reevaluate some of these relationships in your life and look out for yourself. So the final way that I practice self-care is by anticipating my needs and trying to make a plan for them. So for example, if I know I'm going to be out all day at work, I will pack my lunch, or I will set aside some time that I can go get a lunch that I know is going to give me enough food to get through the day. I will also eat a larger breakfast. I will bring water with me. Sometimes I'll bring snacks. I like to keep snacks in my car just in case I'm traveling long distances and I tend to get really hungry and my blood sugar drops and then I need to eat. Anticipating your needs is a little bit different than just eating when you're hungry, because you can't always like make these snap decisions in the moment that are going to be like the best decision for your body, because especially if you're letting yourself get too hungry, you're going to go into this like zombie mode of like, I need to eat right this second. So anticipating, do I have a long day coming up? Do I have a long drive? Do I tend to get really emotional at the end of the day? It's probably because I haven't eaten enough. So let me try to pack some snacks and see if that helps. These are just a few simple tips and ways that you can start practicing self-care without having to spend $30 on a candle. Let me know below if this is the first time you've looked at eating as a form of self-care, or if this is something that you've already been doing. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click that little bell to get the notifications, follow me on all my social media, it's all down there, and check out the original post with this. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking and goodbye.